President Donald Trump vowing to announce those reciprocal tariffs today at 1 p.m. in the Oval Office. Joining us now, Annmarie Hordern, Bloomberg's chief political correspondent and co-host of Bloomberg Surveillance. What are you expecting out of today, especially when we're in the midst of a lot of geopolitical changes, too, happening at the heels of the White House?
Well, based off what we've already seen from the president when it comes to tariffs, and we've only had 3 weeks of this administration in full, what we've seen is President Trump in a negotiating mode, or as Adam Posen of the Peterson Institute told us during surveillance, he says it's threatening mode. Because look at the tariffs that Trump has been talking about every single day, and the only ones that have actually stuck are the Chinese 10% additional tariffs on those Chinese imports. When it comes to Canada and Mexico, that's on pause till March 4th. March 12th is now the new deadline for these potential steel and aluminum tariffs. So I think with these reciprocal tariffs today, potentially this is going to be Trump in negotiating mode. And it's also coming at a time when the Prime Minister of India will be heading to the White House. He'll be entering at 4 p.m., so just a few hours after Trump has this reciprocal tariff press conference. And we've already seen countries like India, which would likely be on this list when you look at the trade-weighted average of tariffs of imports going into India. 10% India taxes those, while coming into the United States, it's 2.5%. They're already having concessions. This morning, the Energy Minister of India is talking about more liquefied natural gas imports they want to take in from the U.S. You already see India thinking about potentially cutting their tariff rate when it comes to U.S. imports. So this potentially is going to mean weeks of concessions, but this is an administration that is in the mood to keep using this term reciprocity when it comes to trading partners.
Annmarie, I wonder if Trump has car makers in his sights because, you've been following him for his whole career, political career, and how often does he mention the fact that there are no U.S. cars sold in Germany, at least in his view, and there's so many German cars sold here in the U.S. Jim Farley yesterday was saying tariffs will blow a hole in the U.S. auto industry, but the EU has 10% tariffs and has had for years on passenger vehicles out of the U.S., and we only have 2.5% tariffs on passenger vehicles out of the EU.
It's a huge gap that almost always gets the president's attention. He has complained about this. It's one of his biggest pet peeves when it comes to the European Union, especially when it comes to Germany. Angela Merkel, the former chancellor of Germany, who was in charge during Trump 1.0, talked about it in her book, how he would complain that there wasn't enough Fords, in Berlin or Munich, but there were a lot of Mercedes and BMWs on the streets of New York. So if you're going to look at potentially what we could see from this administration, whether it's India, Brazil, reciprocal tariffs in the European Union, the auto sector for the EU, and potentially as well a big gap when it comes to agricultural products, the farm sector, that is going to come in focus. What happens after this, though? What's the scope of this? We should also note that it's really hard to do line by line, country by country in a massive EO. Potentially, Trump will punt this to his incoming trade ambassador, Jamieson Greer, who's not yet confirmed.